The video game awards is upon us, and we are going to do another video like we did last year where we do a live vote. It's not technically live, but record us voting, and so you can give you my reasons for behind my choices and things of that nature. This is a gaming sport. It's gaming sports. This is a game journalism channel, so you know why not. So the Game Awards airs on the 13th. Let's go ahead and get to some voting. All right, game of the year: Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Final Fantasy Rebirth, and then Metal 4. I've never even heard of this game, so that's why I'm making like out of it for me. Watched a lot of Astrobot gameplay. I haven't played it myself, so anything I say about Astrobot would be based off of what I've seen from it. And when it comes to like Black Myth Wukong, Astrobot looks like a fun game, but from what I've seen, I wouldn't say it's like the best game that I've witnessed this year. And for Black Myth Wukong, it's like a boss rush game. It's like the story is kind of just mid and just there, and like the majority of the gameplay is just a boss rush. And if you are into a boss rush, you will enjoy it. So it looks like a good game. I have it on PC, but I don't think it's better than Shadow of the Earth Tree. I think Earth Tree has a better story. I think Earth Tree has better gameplay. Some people will say, but Elden Ring is a boss rush. It's not a boss rush. You have to understand what a boss rush is, and it's not what Elden Ring is. Elden Ring has bosses. Let's make it a boss rush. There's actual content throughout the game other than just running at bosses. Or unlocking things to unlock freaking and extra bosses, things like that. So my vote will go to Elden Ring. But generally, reason why I didn't mention Metal 4. Metal 4 is a fun game, but I don't think it's anywhere near the atmosphere of Elden Ring. So it comes to like Final Fantasy Rebirth. There is drama behind this. I've seen people on social media complain about they think that it's not fair for this game to be able to be voted for in the Game of the Year. Game Awards does allow expansions, and when it comes down to it, Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree was the best experience that I've had so far this year. Keep in mind I haven't played Dragon Age yet, and I would say it's possible Dragon Age to top it. But that's just for me because I have a personal fan bias towards Dragon Age. But I could also play it and be like, nah, Earth Tree is still better. Moving on, we have best game design. Kind of the same thing with I guess best game direction of the last one. Again, this game's story is pretty just irrelevant. There's no real story to Astrobot, from my understanding. So I guess direction and design, I'd say it would be between Metal 4 and Earth Tree. I really enjoyed Metal 4 when I played it, but I still think Earth Tree is just better. Next category, best narrative. Ooh, this was a tougher one because Metal 4 has very good narrative. Silent Hill 2 as well. But I'm going to go with Hellblade too. Gameplay is hit or miss when it comes to like if you yourself would enjoy it, but the story and the narrative of the story is very, very good. Best art direction. If you're basing something off just art, I would say Metal 4. Best score and music. We know Metal 4 again. Best audio design. Call of Duty. Best audio design. Get the fuck out of here. Against audio is trash. I'm gonna go with Hellblade because of like all the work they put into making the game audio what it is. The game has very insane audio. Best performance. We have Brianna White in Rebirth. Hannah Tell for Life is Strange. Sorry, I pronounced her name wrong, but Humbly Gonzalez for Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts for Silent Hill 2, and then Eleni Jurgens for Hellblade. We're gonna go Jurgens. Her performance in Hellblade is astonishing. Innovation and accessibility. Accessibility. I feel like none of these games, I wouldn't think of any of these games at all when it comes to accessibility. Just being honest. Is it like, what are we including here? Software and hardware that pushes the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and by a wider audience. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think of any of these games when I think of accessibility. Like if you want to think like maybe a side scroller will be more accessible for people who might have a handicap. I don't know. Real Dragon Age, I feel like the way his weapon wheel works might make it very, very accessible. Games for Impact. Ooh. Life is Strange is really, really good. But it's not based on being good, it's based on, the pro social meaning or message. Which in that case, I'm gonna go with Tales of Kinzara because the message behind this game is very, very good. It's very, very strong, it's very, very emotional. It's a game that exists to kind of like help you with grief in particular when it comes down to what its messaging is. It's not something that's like racial or political, it's just dealing with grief. Best ongoing franchise. Um Part of me wants to say freaking 14, but I think at this point, it's kind of like I won't say lackluster, but it's in a low moment. Saying it comes like Destiny 2. But Everest is kind of falling off. I'm gonna say Fortnite because Fortnite right now is still putting out, relatively good content. People are still playing it. Best community support. Oof. I mean, I always say Final Fantasy when it comes to community support. Final Fantasy 14's community is fucking it's astonishing. So sticking with that. Honestly, wait. I'm going Baldur's Gate. Best independent game. And go Neva. I got a text as well. And look down. Best debut into an indie game. Manor Lords. The Plucky Squire. We're gonna go Plucky. Best mobile game. I've never played this game, so like that's kind of like why I keep ignoring it. But I have played everything else. This game sucks. Like I literally uninstalled it on stream because it's so bad. Weather Waits is actually like really good. Pokemon TCGP is also pretty freaking good. It's between these two. I feel like this is more of an actual video game than a mobile game, and that's kind of like what you can look at too when it comes to like this as well, where it's like this is a game that's also on like consoles and PC. It's not like just a mobile game where it's just a mobile game. Like sure you can use like BlueStacks to play it on PC, but it's a mobile game. And I think the way that it works is really, really good, and also it's a very good way to teach someone how to play Pokemon. Like me, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, so the way Yu-Gi-Oh's play is very different from how Pokemon's play. So if I want to get into Pokemon, this game does a very good job at teaching you how to actually play, Pokemon. How to play the trading card game. With that said, though, it's not based on being a mobile game, but being playable on a mobile device. So in that context, I'm going to go Weather Ways, which just made just a way better game than everything else listed here. Best VR AR game. I don't own a VR or AR, so I've never played any of these games. So I'm gonna base it off what I have played. As like their base game. I've played Metal Hellsinger like as a base game, and it's okay. And I've played every Metro game to ever exist other than this one, and Metro to me is one of the greatest great game franchises of all time. So roll with Metro. Gotta imagine it's probably like really good. Best action game. I don't think of soul-like games as action games. I view them as something entirely different. Action looking at something that's like Michael Bay-esque. Just constant, fast-paced nonsense and things blowing up and going crazy, and something that will star Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger. So you would think Helldivers, Call of Duty, Stellar Blade, or Warhammer. I want to go Warhammer. I think it's a better game than the rest listed, excluding Black Wick Wukong. Don't view it as an action game. Best action adventure game. I don't own a Nintendo platform, so I'm just ignoring that so it exists. Prince of Persia is really, really good. But again, like I said, what I've seen of Astrobot also looks very good and fun. But I'm thinking of like action adventure though. I'm thinking something along the lines of Star Wars Outlaws is. Best RPG. I mean, if I'm voting for game of the year, then it's definitely the best RPG. Best fighting game. Multiverses has so much potential if they just can actually market it better. Like this game has very, very bad marketing. It just doesn't get enough people's attention to like even want to play it. And also it's very monetized. I think it costs like $20 to get the Raven skin. Get Raven as a character in the game. Sparking Zero is a good game, but it's not a good competitive fighting experience. You know, it's not something that you want to play in a head-to-head combat if you're being serious about fighting games. Something that you will play for a story experience, and that's pretty much it. To go Tekken 8, which is a way better freaking like just hand-to-hand combat, you know, straight up fighting games that you would want to play against people online and play against friends. Best family game. I'm gonna go Astrobot. Very cute game. Anyone can play it. Whether it's, you know, someone who's 80 years old, someone who's freaking 6 years old. It's the modern day Spiral, modern day freaking Crash Bandicoot. Best sim strategy game. I enjoyed this game, but I felt like it could have been better. What do we go with Frostpunk 2? Best sports racing game. This game's utter trash. See my sport channel to find out why I think this game's utter trash. 2K is kind of the same situation as this game, where they're both just dog shit games that are just massively freaking popular because they're like the only, you know, experience you can get who are interested in those sports. If you're into basketball, this is the only realistic basketball simulation game you can you can like play to, you know, simulate your favorite team or you playing for your favorite team. And then it comes like FC. I think WWE 2K24 went to a better step. This wasn't great, but it went to a better step. So we'll go with that one in this situation. Best multiplayer game. Means between Tekken and Helldivers. That was when it was like popping off, was such a very, very good experience. I'm gonna go Helldivers too. Best adaptation. Arcane, Fallout, Tomb Raider, Knuckles, or Like a Dragon. I haven't seen Like a Dragon, unfortunately, because I've just been too lazy. Tomb Raider, the biased fan of me wants to go Tomb Raider, but we're trying not to be biased, even though this is a popularity contest. It's all a lot of people who are going to vote for this are going to vote based on a bias, not based on like actual journalism or based on like actual like viewing of numbers or things like that. They're going to be based on what they like. From what I've watched, and I've watched everything other than Like a Dragon, I think the best like show that I've watched has been Fallout. So we're gonna go Fallout. Most anticipated game: Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Grand Theft Auto, Monster Hunter, and Metroid Prime. I'm 100% certain GTA will win, but what I'm looking for the most, Ghost of Yotei. Content Creator of the Year. I have no idea who that is, or that is, or that is, or that. I don't know who any of these people are. So what we're gonna do, this is based on nothing. There's no skip. There's a skip. Let's go next. I don't know who these people are. Best esports game: Counter-Strike, Dota, Valorant, League of Legends, and Mobile Legends. I'm gonna go CS:GO. Best esports athlete: I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are or you. I know who Faker is, barely. Both Faker, that's one person who only I know. Best esports team. Just to throw a vote in there, I'm gonna vote for like a team I actually like. I do like Team Liquid, after G2 at least. G2's not here, so Liquid. Alrighty. Player's Choice Award. Round 1 will be on December 2nd, the 5th, and 9th. So we can't vote for Player's Choice, which basically just, you know, the other game of the year is everyone who exists on the planet, plus I think journalists have a bigger input on game of the year. Let me do that. Whereas like Player's Choice is the player has more input than journalists do. So we'll come into this when the time comes. But with all that said, that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoy. Catch you guys on the next one. You have a good rest of y'all day. Y'all stay safe. Because another being boy, AnubisArchangel here. Jesus.